Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Sunday. Sunday fun day. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you're all having a great week so far.
These are
And,
the non-football
and
watchers.
yes, all of us know. Did we all get a mower or something? I'm seeing a lot of red on screen this evening. Like Carmen's wearing red, Lorraine's wearing red, we're in red, Jerry's in red, Joanne's in red. Like, there's a lot of red. It's maybe because we're in Valentine's Day mode already. We're doing it early this year, right?
Or Olympics.
Or the Olympics. Yeah, exactly. Olympics.
So people could be watching that
That's
as
also,
well.
well, yeah, Joanne's got her Canada sweater on. So, of course, definitely. So, hello, everybody, and welcome to our Sunday night chat. Hopefully, you are all having a fantastic weekend and a fantastic day. We are what day are we today? Oh my goodness. That needs to go up.
Yes.
He always does this to me. Never has it in the right spot.
I always,
Always, every week. Yeah,
to you.
you never do anything right. Never, 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 never. You're my midwinter slump.
Uh, you're my everyday slump.
Feeling mutual. So, welcome to day 35 of Winter Kickstart 2025. It has been an incredible 5 full weeks in. We've done 5 full weeks. We are going into week 6 already. Can you believe that? And I know we say this every week. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? Because you know what? Time flies when you're just busy and doing stuff. Life keeps us busy, but then when you put things into perspective and you put things that are a priority in your life, it's funny how much you get things accomplished, isn't
I
it?
started working on spring today.
Mm-hmm.
There was a mistake on a website I couldn't fix for days. It's finally fixed. It's not 30 or 20 some days till spring. That was an error and I couldn't fix it. And the website would not allow me to fix it yesterday, but it's fixed now. So no longer says spring starts in April.
Yes.
So we still got lots of time.
Lots of time.
Time.
But we're just wanting you to all know that we are feeling much better. Nick was a little under the weather earlier this week. Still is not 100%, but feels better. Been able to survive the entire weekend. Got some sleep, but not as much sleep as he probably would have liked to because we had some friends over this weekend.
I just woke up.
We took a nap this afternoon, and I woke up at 5, 4:45 like we were supposed to. And
I never wake up.
I let him sleep. I said, you know what? I'll just let him sleep. He'll be less
I
cranky.
never wake up with a nap.
He'll be less
deadline.
cranky that way.
A nap deadline is like doesn't happen for me. I can sleep. I could have just slept through the rest of the next day. I love sleeping.
And just to reiterate for myself, guys, I was not sick at all. I have not been feeling ill. However, I did have a crown that I needed to get replaced. And when they went in and replaced the old crown, guess what they found inside that tooth? Packing gauze still from the original time I got my crown done over 10 years ago. Yes. Yes. So the dentist is like, this is not normal. And so whatever was left of that tooth was still decaying because they hadn't closed it up correctly. So he was able to fix it as much as he could. And so it was just a
I'm
little.
glad my teeth have no problem.
Well, it was a little sensitive that day. And the weird part about it too is at one point, because my gums were bleeding a lot on that in that area because I guess I wasn't able to floss as well as I thought I was. Who knows?
Over 10 years ago. So this was when we lived in Brampton.
Different dentist. Yeah, it's when I lived in Brampton. So it was bleeding and he was having a hard time. So they use a compound to put on top of your gums to stop it from bleeding so they could do their work. But they didn't tell me that compound like flakes off later. So all morning, my mouth was in pain, like not in pain, but annoying enough to say pain. And then there's these weird things that I kept going, my tongue keeps hitting like it felt like they had scraped the upper roof of my mouth. And I'm like, my God, that's gonna be annoying. I hope it doesn't turn into a canker sore. Then all of a sudden, an hour later, this huge piece of like clear plastic comes out of my mouth. I'm like, where the hell did this come from? Then I realized it was the piece that was just eventually it just falls off, right? So, anyways, it was a less of an ordeal than it actually was, but we ended up taking Wednesday off just because my tooth was bugging me. Nick wasn't feeling the best, and but we needed it, right? Once again, we listen to our bodies, and I think every single one of us should be listening to our bodies.
Before we dive into tonight's topic, hydration check. We're going to try for a bingo again tonight. So I have 5 squares up top, 4 squares down. So we can do some diagonal bingos, some lines, I would love to get a full card someday. That'd be kind of great. Full card. So let's try it now. Water. Well,
Oh, got a bingo.
I got a bingo. Okay, so we got it. We got one bingo. Okay.
So another quick reminder, not even just a reminder. I just want to thank everybody who came out and did our Kickwalker walk today. There was approximately 12 to 16 people. I want to say, I can't know the exact number, but it was awesome to have all you guys join us once again in the mall. We were mall walkers because it's just where we walk.
I don't go outside.
Again, but it was great to see everybody together and just enjoying the walk. It's always fun to have new people join us. No worries. Never feel obligated to join. It's optional, right?
Yeah, and we have 2 more coming up, March 1st and March 15th.
But we had one on February 15th.
We don't.
Okay, because you mentioned it somewhere.
We might put one in there because we've realized just today how it just forces us to get out and actually go for a walk. We came back from the walk, you're like, this is kind of nice. Maybe we should do it more often because it's that
regular. Even just having scheduled
bi-weekly.
Yeah, even if we can't attend, we can always open up the room and people can just join a walk.
We could do it bi-weekly.
So we could do it bi-weekly potentially. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about that, see if we can add it to our calendar and see if it can become maybe a commitment or maybe a habit or maybe something, right? Who knows?
Because we enjoy. It was fun today.
It's always fun of course we like
when we're talking for 30 minutes and walking around the mall. It's like, oh my god, 30 minutes already went by.
I could probably have done another 30. Not gonna lie, I could have done another 30.
I know it's like, but it's fun because other people talk today too. So it's kind of nice to have I shut my mouth for 1 minute maybe, and then others talked.
That's a miracle. I mean.
You're nice. I'm married
because you are so nice to me.
I'm a beautiful butterfly.
Nice. Let's not talk about it this afternoon.
I'm a beautiful. What did I do this afternoon?
Nothing. You don't even remember, do you?
I did something.
You don't even remember. Everybody doesn't even remember. He did nothing. What did I do? Nothing. I just thought it was. I wanted to see how long it was going to take him to go back.
I thought it was unbitchy today. No, this was the bitch day. Nick is in a good mood day.
So another thing we want to remind you is track. If you haven't tracked again today, I haven't. I'm behind. I'm not going to lie. I'm behind the last couple of days.
I'm diamond.
I'm not yet, but I will be by tomorrow.
Someone asked me, I'm feeling better. For me, I was congested a lot. So I don't know what happened. I was just really stuffed up and they gave me a migraine on Wednesday. And then by Thursday, I was still feeling bleh, and even Friday, I was still feeling the best. But then I slept in Saturday, which, sleeping in tends to always resolve my issues. That's usually my solution of choice. And then I slept early again last night, too.
Ish. No, it wasn't.
For all you guys.
It was 11:30.
I was always first.
By much.
No, not by much last night.
So just giving you guys a quick update of what happened this weekend. Our good friends of ours came and visited from Port Dover and from Hamilton. 2 girls that I went to school with, Renee and Leslie, and they came and spent the night with us for 2 nights because we're like, you know what? If you're coming from Port Dover, that's like a 2.5-hour drive. Make it worth it. Don't come just for 1 afternoon. That's not long enough. So they came Friday night, and on Friday night, what did we do Friday? Oh, I made lasagna. I made lasagna with my chickpea pasta and they loved it. They're like, wow, this is really good lasagna. It turned out I've been craving lasagna for weeks, everybody.
Delicious.
I had been craving lasagna for weeks and I was like, I need to make lasagna.
And you made lasagna. Not it's lasagna with some vegetables.
It was still chickpea pasta, which was great.
No, but it was lasagna.
But it was just meat sauce, cheese, turkey, garlic, ground turkey, a lot of garlic. I used cream cheese. I had cream cheese in the fridge that we hadn't used. And so I took that and I used toum, which is the garlic paste, and I mixed it together and I spread that on each lasagna noodle individually. It was yummy.
His lasagna is divine.
It was
just
yummy.
Everything else is
yummy. And then so they spent the night with us on Friday. We played some games. We introduced them to Flip 7, of course, because that's the game that everyone wants to play now.
Once you play it, you
can't stop. And there's now Flip 7 with a Vengeance, which we can't wait for that to come out because that's a new version of it.
There's 13 cards
instead of 12. Anyways, long story short, it was a lot of fun. We played another few ones. We played couples therapy or just couple bad couples, horrible couples, which is actually kind of like a Cards Against Humanity, but with more. It was you're creating a cartoon. It's really cute. It was funny.
So the Katrina brought back the discussion from our walk earlier about heated shovels, and Tracy, who was there for the walk, is asking, "Did you double
We
check
did not
that
check.
validity?
No, we totally
So
forgot.
do they really exist?
Yeah,
Heated
we did not
shovels."
check.
So no one's checked that.
Yeah,
So
so go for it. Please do, because I don't know where I heard it from, but I swear I heard it, and I know somebody else had said the same thing. And then so Leslie and Renee were here all weekend. We had cocktails, we partaked in other things, but they brought them. They brought it, so it wasn't us who.
not the alcohol.
No, not the alcohol.
You bought that.
Well, the alcohol has been here forever.
I know.
So it's not like I purchased it extra. It was already here. So, but again, that's not one of my commitments. That's your commitment. So
I know.
I'm a bad influence.
He is.
He just has no willpower.
Oh yeah, because
look at it.
You're in a house full of people
It's a
doing that stuff. You're supposed to be the one sitting there
You
going,
did it before.
not like that.
You did it before. You did it with
And
the
all
other
their faces when you said that, and I can't believe you said that,
You
Jean-Luc.
did it with
All
everybody
their
else.
faces went shocked. I can't believe you
Oh,
said
what's
that.
new? Because I always say something wrong and he never does.
See, look,
he's
like shocked
He
face.
never says anything to insult me or hurt my feelings.
It's not
He's the
saying-
nicest person in the whole wide world. We won't
Yeah.
go there.
That's not saying insulting. It's just unsupportive.
Oh yes, he's never unsupportive.
I'm unsupportive.
You're never unsupportive.
Oh yeah,
You're never unsupportive. I
Double
just said
negative.
it. I got you in your own one.
We're talking book club now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the book club now. So we had a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. But it's nice to get back to routine again. Get back to these. And we were even telling our friends that our Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sunday nights always rein us back in. It's so funny how it just brings us back into that mindset again. So if it wasn't for these nights, it would be longer before we maybe got back into our routines, which is great. For those of you reading our book club, for the book club, the Let Them Theory, we are jumping into chapters 8 and 9, I believe, this week, from what I remember, which is crazy. But I also want you all to stay tuned because we are going to actually book an evening or
maybe a Tuesday night.
It might be a Tuesday night. It might be for us to actually talk about the book.
Yeah, so one of the upcoming Tuesdays, I will likely switch the topic of the Tuesday night chat, and we'll switch it to the book club book, and we'll talk. Even if you haven't read the
And
book,
you don't need to come. You don't need to read the book to come to the Tuesday night chat. We
It's
will
just-
talk about open conversation about what has this book been doing for you. What have you learned from the book?
Yeah.
What are not even learned, but just aha moments you
Yeah.
might have had.
and then so that at least we'll have a discussion about the book club. So if you want to catch up and you want to be ready for that, we'll make an announcement when that Tuesday is coming up, and we'll tell you to which chapter you should possibly get to, because I know a lot of people have been posting on the dashboard saying, "Oh, I'm still at chapter this, chapter
Which is
that,
fine.
and I need to catch up, and I don't know where I'm supposed." So we're going to try to say on this date, be read by this chapter, and we will have a Tuesday chat about the book on that day.
Yeah, definitely.
So stay tuned for that.
Hopefully you're all enjoying it. I still am because I'm still getting some great ideas and thoughts, provoking things, and just it's just to make you think, right? It's really make you think and hopefully learn to apply some of the method.
So quick update on stats. So I just reran the numbers. So on the website, currently says 96 or 98.
It's wrong.
We're at 104 now. I just reran the numbers before chat, and I think 2 of you I already saw caught up on your trackers right before this session. So or maybe more than 2, because someone else was going like this. Like, I didn't realize she caught up too. So a bunch of you have been catching up during the session tonight. So I'm sure that number has gone up. We're at 104 diamond, 20 gold, 23 silver, 2 bronze. We've lost 218.6 pounds as a group.
Amazing.
That doesn't include me because I haven't lost any, but that's okay. You guys are all doing great out there. That's all that matters. My number's not included in that, so that's what's crazy. It's all of you who've been able to get that lost, and we walked
15,881,897
steps.
steps.
That's what we all walked.
And
so
my
far.
steps aren't even in there for 3 days.
I know.
I haven't done many, but they're not there.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
It's crazy when you see it in numbers, right?
That's why I put the numbers up. 'Cause
Isn't
when you
it-
think about 15 million steps we all did,
That's
That's
since
a lot of-
January
that's a lot of
1st.
walking.
That's a lot of walking.
not just that, 218 pounds.
We should put that into like a map and see how far we would be.
Mhm.
How many steps is 15 million steps? How many
Well,
kilometers?
for you, it would be like Sudbury,
Okay.
Katy Perry Sound.
No, for you, it would be Toronto.
Because my gate is so small.
Tiny, tiny, tiny.
It takes me 3 steps for just 2 steps.
So just another reminder, our next Kickwalker walks are coming up in March. We might have another one.
February 15th might be another one.
Another one potentially. We're not 100% sure.
Don't quote us yet.
That's our anniversary.
I know, that's why.
It's our engagement.
It's next Sunday,
It's next Sunday, but we're away on Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So it might be hard because we don't know if we'll be back on time.
That's why we didn't put one.
That's exactly
That's
right.
the reason why.
Exactly. So, sorry about that. Let's get to the main topic. Squirrel! So we're very easily distracted. So we're gay. We like shiny things.
On Tuesday, we started the whole discussion about midwinter slump. So this whole week's been trying to get us through that midwinter slump because this is, February. It's cold. It's miserable, especially Eastern Canada. For those of you in the West, we heard today it's like 7 degrees, sunny, no snow. But those of us in the East Coast or Central Canada, it's cold. And to me, this is the worst time of year. I don't like winter. I've said this multiple times. So this week's been about trying to figure out how can we get through this winter and get through the other side and still be proud of what we've achieved.
And I think it's because, what we do is we always look at it as a midwinter slump instead of saying, it's the midwinter hooray. Again, using the different language is very helpful. Why does it have to be a slump? We make it a slump because we apply that analogy to it. If you switch it and say it's the midwinter party, changes everything. It does, because you put yourself in a perspective of saying, okay, I'm going to look at the things that I'm actually achieving and doing and not look at the things that I haven't done.
We're having midwinter party right now.
Midwinter party, as you see. So before we even go into the topic any further, let's do a vibe check. Let's go ahead on a scale of 1 to 10. Tell us how you're feeling right now on your journey, this exact moment, not how you felt yesterday, but right now, and a word. So just on a scale from 1 to 10 and 1 word.
So some 5s, some 9s. 9.
5. Yeah, I get it.
4.
I think Megan's becoming a little Canadian there. She's saying 8, 5.
8, 7, 8.5, 9, 7, 5, 5, 7.
You know what? This is looking like, look at what we just had. It's mid. But 5 is not bad. 1 is not bad even. Think of it that way. You're still here. You're still showing up for yourself. And guess what? The midwinter slumps, it's real. We can't avoid it, but we can change it.
Yeah.
And you're not alone going through it. That's the funny part about it.
And if you're feeling a bit off for the last few days, it's completely normal. We've been doing Kickstart for over a month now. This is exactly how it happens. Most of us have given up on our new habits, our new commitments, or resolutions. For those of you who came up with them at the beginning of the year, by this time, normally we give up on them. I'm pretty sure 90% of the people that you discussed New Year's resolutions with at the beginning of January, pretty sure 90% of those people are no longer doing them at this point. So if you're still here and are trying every day to try to get your commitments, you're still, you're a bit better off than people that have given up completely on their resolutions. You have to think of it that way.
I wouldn't even say a bit. You are better off because you're still trying to do something about it.
Well, why does this happen? Why do we start feeling like this after a month of doing this? Or why are we so excited at the beginning, but then by the 20 days in, basically February, why does it become such a burden? Or not even a burden. What's changed since January? Well, number one, excitement is worn off. When we are in Christmas, we're enjoying ourselves, we're having a great time, and then we set ourselves these goals because we're feeling great, and we set these goals and these commitments, and we start actioning them in January. But then by the 5th to 4th week, some of these changes we've incorporated to our lives start feeling less exciting. That walk that was fun the first week is now, I have to go for a walk in the cold. The words that we use for ourselves in terms of what we're doing on our journeys start to change and start being more about, I have to do this, instead of, I'm excited to do this. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the things that happens.
And I think what ends up happening too is our winters are super long, right? The winter just seems extremely long, and it does add that extra burden and weight on top of us. So what that does is it dips your motivation. Your motivation just starts slumping a little bit. Yeah. The expectation of getting things completed feels heavy. Isn't that same? But it's the exact same thing you did a month ago. You haven't changed any of your commitments drastically. and you were all excited about them in January. Why is it that now you're in February, you're not excited about it? How can you change that excitement? What are you noticing, right? Because that's one huge part of this journey is recognition and recognizing things that are happening in your right now present state.
And that's what tonight's all about. It's about recognizing where you are right now and not dwelling on what did I not do or what did I not do correct. It's recognizing the things that you have done and what you've been able to accomplish up to this point doing Kickstart with us or doing whatever you've been doing on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also about noticing, what's been a little too hard, what's something that's dragging me down. Is there something that's in my commitments or something that I've told myself I want to do that's dragging me down? If it is, what can you do to maybe change that? Also, you need to look at what feels doable. What are the things right now that I'm doing really well? What are the things that I'm actually achieving every day? And for those ones, celebrate yourself. Pat yourself on the back for those ones. Recognize that you're actually doing these things. Stop looking at the commitments that you're not doing every day and look at the ones that you are achieving. Because remember, you all set these commitments at the beginning of January because they were all things you wanted to work on in your life. Does it mean that you're going to get all 10, all 7 all the time? No, you're trying to work on yourself. Some days, some won't happen. But at least every day, you got one commitment. You tracked. And because you tracked, you're still here today now, coming to a Sunday chat instead of going to the Super Bowl or something, Olympics too. That's both happening at the same time. Is it the Super Bowl today? Is it next week? I don't know. I don't watch sports.
Today, yeah.
It's today. I don't watch sports, so I don't know. Is that the one they yell for and there's ice and the ball?
But I think that the one thing that we need to really think about too is this whole idea of having compassion to how heavy things are and how doable things are. Being compassionate to ourselves instead of adding more pressure. Okay? So stop pressuring yourself to feel like it needs to get done. Because that's not what this is all about. It's you want to achieve it, and it's okay if it happens slowly. It's absolutely 100% okay if it happens slowly. And one thing I want to maybe recommend to everybody, and I just thought of this right now off the cuffs. This is so when January 5th came, the week before January 5th, we were all excited about Kickstart starting. We were all excited about gung-ho, Kickstart starting, blah, blah, blah. So what I want us to do, and I want us to think about this, is it might be challenging now, but maybe we can. For the next month, so when we go into March, why don't we try to say that March is the new month again? So let's get that excitement. Well, we just did February, but let's get that excitement for March starting over again at the end of February. So that way, when we start March, we're in that gung-ho mode of, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're here again, right? Because all it is it's a mindset. It's a state of mind, and we can put ourselves in the right state of mind if we allow those messages into our heads and allow us to be excited about stuff and allow us to be proud of what we've accomplished and what we've achieved and what we're doing and what we're about to do, even though you've already been doing it. Pretend that you haven't been. Fake it till you make it. So it doesn't really matter. And if you feel that winter is going by slow, if you feel that you have lower energy, if you feel like life is heavy right now, it's okay. You're not failing.
And remember, summer's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. On December 21st, that was the shortest day of the year. That's the best day because on that day, the days start getting longer. And so they're getting longer and longer every day. And I know that that's crazy for everybody, but that's what keeps me sane during the winter months, is knowing that, summer's coming.
Yep.
Summer's coming. I get depressed in September because I'm like, oh, winter's coming. But on the opposite end, when it's December 21st, I'm like, okay, summer's coming back. It will get warmer. We will have nice days ahead. And so if you look at what's going to come in the future, maybe this darkness and this cold that we have right now will be a little bit more easier to take. Or if you do like me, just avoid going outside as much as possible. I've avoided the outdoors in every possible way I can. I walk in a parking garage. I took a car to a mall today to walk. I am the poster child of winter hater. I'm not Willamini Slater. I'm Nicholas Winter Hater. That's what I am because I don't like winter. I never have, and no one will ever. I even said this to someone this week. I said, no one will ever make me love winter. I grew up hating it. I was an adult hating it. I still live in a condo and I still don't like it. But what gets me going as a person who doesn't like winter is knowing that summer is coming back.
Yes, and this is a great segue into our next topic we want to talk about is choosing the thoughts that move you forward. He just spoke of it right now.
Summer's coming.
Summer's coming back. Or I'm excited for next month because guess what? We're going to be doing new things, even though they're the same ones. But
We watched
talk to yourself
We watched
as if they're new.
We watched Throne of Games.
Yes.
Summer is coming.
Summer is coming.
It's
So-
not winter is coming, it's summer is coming.
Mindset doesn't mean pretending things are easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat that because it's so important. Mindset doesn't mean pretending things are easy. Do you understand what that means? It's so funny because we automatically think that if I'm in a positive mindset, everything's going to be so simple. I'm going to touch things and they're going to turn to perfection. That's not what it is. I'm already perfect. You can't make perfect more perfect.
Sure.
Oh, and he says he's nice, right? He's just hypocrite. I just tell it to his face. But
Do you behind your back? They're beside me.
But again, that whole idea of being in a positive mindset just means I'm still doing something. I'm still showing up. That's a positive mindset. What I do counts. I don't know how many times do we actually do something, and in that exact moment, do you actually tell yourself, wow, I'm so proud that I'm doing this right now?
When you cross out that commitment, the one
That's your hardest or your
I was
easiest.
gonna say your easiest.
Or
Say
easiest.
one was about drinking water, trying to get a bingo line and during a session, live session. Maybe that's one of your bingo. I got it.
But this is the whole idea, right? It's we don't.
That counted.
It did count.
See, it counted. We got a bingo.
Giving yourself that pat on the back and that recognition. You need to recognize yourself. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit because it's so important. Because look at me at work, okay? How often do you sit at work and you're expecting someone to tell you you did a good job and you were doing great and you did this? But guess what? Your manager is managing 20 other people. There's a lot of times that you do stuff that your manager might not even know that you do because it just gets done. So in our situation, our managers often tell us, if you do something above and beyond what you normally do, tell me. Tell me about it. Because if you don't tell me about it, I'll never know. And again, that whole idea of telling ourselves that we did a good job, we feel like we're being egotistical, we feel like we're being all full of ourselves. No, we're just recognizing the goodness in the things that we've done.
I thought you said egotistical.
No.
That's what I heard the first time.
So this whole thought of not recognizing your own accomplishments needs to change. We need to recognize what we do.
Other thoughts that are very good to keep always remembering is that you can adjust. Remember, we're not about perfection here. We're not about getting your commitments every day. We talked about this. Your commitments are just a guideline to help you achieve your goals. And so if something is too difficult and you can't achieve it, like say commitment you've not been able to do consistently because something has been in the way, maybe tweak that commitment to make it a bit easier for yourself. If you're telling yourself you're going to walk 10K every day, that's a crazy commitment. Maybe you need to change it to 10K 4 days a week. I know a lot of us are striving for gold, speaking Olympics. A lot of us want to get that, I'm going to walk that 5K every day. I'm going to make sure I'm going to get this and that. And then we start off trying to do them. And then after day 3, oh my God, this 10K walk is killing me. And then you start discouraging yourself because you start telling yourself, oh my God, I can't do this. I'm such a quitter. Why can't I ever keep myself on a wellness journey? Why can't I keep exercising like others? And then that negative self-talk comes and then you give up and you stop doing what you're doing. And then you start back at zero next year.
And he said something right there. I'm such a quitter. Guess what? You don't have to quit.
Too legit to quit?
Did you ever think of that? When you want to quit something, you don't have to. You don't have to quit. You can keep doing it to the best of your ability, but not to the perfection that you think you need to be doing it. Because the more you do something, the better you'll get at it. The more it'll become routine. The more it'll become second nature. The more you'll do it without even realizing that you're doing it. So you don't have to quit. Because things are hard doesn't mean you need to give up on them. That means sometimes you just need to maybe try a little bit harder or try it in a different way. Try it in a different way.
So we want to do a quick interactive session with all of you. So those of you watching on TikTok, on Facebook, YouTube, and in Zoom right now, all of you, we want to have you guys think about what's one thought you want to carry into the coming week. So what's one positive idea? Because right now we're talking about winter slump. What's one thing that can help you? So far tonight we discussed that can help you get through this week. Maybe it's saying, progress over perfection. Maybe it's something. Just for today, I will.
Ooh, I love that, D. That's great.
That's a great one.
There's another one. Done is better than perfect.
I'm allowed to go slow.
Ooh, I love anything.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. Great TV show.
Work in progress. That's another good one.
How about this? How about I can keep going? Or even I'm not giving up. Like there are so many little words out there, words or sentences that you can say that just motivate you enough to say, I've gone through this before and I can do this again. And I'm going to do this over and over and over again. I'm not going to stop.
So as we wrap up week 5, we want you guys to remember, because this is what week 5 is all about, was getting through the slump. Because week 5 is usually where we get by week 5, we know who will possibly get their diamond certificate at the end and those who won't. But you actually know right here, we can gauge, the numbers and see who's going to stick with it and who won't, because this is where people make their decision. Am I going to go with this for the long run? Am I going to do all 91 days of Kickstart? Or do I give up? So this is where this year we want to get you guys getting to the mindset for week 6 going, you can do this. You can get through the winter months. And if this week you're going through the motions and you're starting to get discouraged with yourself, remember that phrase you just put in chat right now to keep you motivated. So I want all of you guys to, whatever you wrote in chat right now, or if anything someone wrote gave you that aha moment, write it down on a piece of paper or put it on your fridge. Put it somewhere. So if this week you're struggling at one point, or if you know you're having a hard time at work this week, or something's going to happen to cause you some stress, have that phrase there ready for you so that you can feel reconnected back to this moment right here where you felt that you can achieve anything. Because that's what it is. That's what motivation is. Motivation is looking for those tidbits of light when you're filled with darkness. It's looking for those pieces that motivate you to keep you going.
And I'm gonna ask you, there's someone that made a comment in the chat and it says, I've come a long way, even if I'm not where I want to be. And that person, I'm not even gonna name their name. They know who they are and everybody in chat knows who they are. Remove the last part of that sentence.
I've come a long way.
Come a long way. That is period. You have come a long way. Don't matter where you want to be, because guess what? You are supposed to be where you are right now.
And we have Barb in Facebook chat who said that she's working on her platinum status for the year. She wants to get all year tracking. So if you're one of those people who are planning to track all year, we announced this earlier this year. There's a new platinum award. If you track every day in 2026, at the end of the year, you will be presented with a certificate saying you've won the Platinum Award for tracking at Kickstart, and you will be able to get that certificate saying you tracked all 365 days of the year. So you guys are already here. You're already doing it. Just keep going. Don't stop. Keep tracking every day, doing your best. And remember, not every day is going to go according to plan. And don't be harder on yourself. Be proud of what you're achieving. Be proud of the things you are doing instead of dwelling on the things that you're not doing.
And the thing is I said that on purpose, because what I said about the comment about I've come a long way, but not where I want to be. That not where I want to be, it's that negation of being a little down on what you've achieved. So let's get rid of those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
I am proud of what I've done, and I'm proud of where I am, and look how far I've come.
Yeah.
That is what we need to be. We need to celebrate that and not think of where I could be, because guess what? Anything could happen.
One of Jean-Luc and I's words we hate the most is the but.
The but.
We hate the word but. I hate when someone says, I walked 10K today,
But
I did it indoors. I lost 5 pounds this week, but I gained, I don't know, 3 pant sizes. I don't know. That one doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. Like you're always undoing your success, and it's something that drives me nuts. You stop reducing your success. Stop minimizing. Who's gonna come and tell you? Oh, I walked 1K today. You know, I only walked 1K today.
only another one.
Only.
Just
I only
another
walked
one.
1 kilometer today. Why do we add the only there? Who's going to come up to you and say, well, you only walked 1 kilometer? Well, maybe some trolls online, but your friends, your family, they're not going to come and tell you, like, I can't believe you just celebrated. You just walked 1K. That's so ridiculous. No, but we have to put that only in there or the but in there because somehow we think that we're not super honest about this. We don't make our achievement not highly measurable, that somehow, somewhere, someone's going to judge us.
I challenge all of us who use the but
And the only.
and the just to change it, if you are going to use it, to saying an additional positive thing about yourself instead of making it a negative. So maybe you might have to change it to, however, so I walked 1 kilometer today. However, I did it faster than I normally do. Oh, wow. Isn't that funny? Funny.
Change the way you talk about things. There was something that I don't know where it was. I read this week or yeah, let me do that. So this week there was a bunch of things that we saw. I was looking at that they were talking about. So I'm just going to do this.
Yeah, we're gonna block somebody.
Yes. Wow.
Have a great day, weirdo.
All right. So back to what I was saying. I forgot what I was talking about.
You saw about words, and we talked about words.
So your brain does not understand comedy. Your brain doesn't understand when you're talking to yourself. As much as you'll say, you know, oh my God, I'm big bone. Ha 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 ha. You're saying it as a joke and you're portraying it as a joke to others, but your brain doesn't take it as a joke.
Oh yeah.
Because no matter what, the joke is there, you're saying it, but that's because it's what you're thinking. And you know that you've had negative thoughts about whatever you're saying as a joking way. So stop talking yourself in a negative way. I don't know how to do that.
We'll figure that out after, Robin. Thank you. Sorry, we have some really weird people on TikTok this evening. Some strangers. We apologize. But it's so true what Nick was saying. Our brains are not programmed to, when you're saying it yourself, are not programmed to understand the difference between when you're being serious or sarcastic. Because our brains program words, right? We know what the words are saying. And as humans, we automatically end up in the negative spin on things, and we believe more the negative things than we do the positive things.
I made Robin a mod now.
Thanks, Robin. You
can block people for us on TikTok now.
We love you, Robin.
So make sure you speak to yourself the way you speak to a friend. You would never walk up to a friend and said, you gained a few pounds, eh? Who would do that? You would never do that. But you would walk up to someone and say, yeah, I know I gained a few pounds. I know. Because you're trying to negate the negativity that you're thinking
somebody else
might have for you.
Towards you, yeah.
Exactly. So you're preemptively striking and saying these things so that nobody else says it to you to hurt you. But the thing is, you saying yourself is going to hurt you yourself anyways. Mm-hmm. Your body does not understand if you're thinking as a joke or if you're saying as a sad thing. It's going to register the same way.
And it's that whole idea, right? There's moments where someone could probably say something to you in a joking way, and because you're in a good mindset and you're a good frame of mind, you're going to accept it and be okay to brush it off. But then there's times where that person might say the exact same thing to you on a day where you're maybe a little down or you're struggling with something, and it could set you off completely. So take that into consideration for your own self when you are telling your own things to yourself, right? Take account of our little tool that we use about, okay, what am I feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Do it to yourself. What's my word right now? And then talk to yourself afterwards. Because if you're giving yourself a 1 and I'm angry, maybe you won't tell yourself that you're not as cooking dinner. Maybe you'll be like, you know what? I tried to do it and it didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but I'm still proud of the fact that I tried something new. So keep these tools in your tool belt and use them as often as you possibly can.
And again, we're saying this because you are your biggest cheerleader. We're not Jean-Luc and Nick aren't on your shoulders all day telling you
We
these
might be,
things.
but
we might be if that's the way you think about us, but we're not actually there. So when you're having those moments that you are struggling or having issues getting through those specific situations, remember to just talk to yourself in a positive way. Try to be your kindest person to yourself, because that's what's going to get you through these moments.
And you know what happens when you're kind to yourself? You know what happens? You automatically become kinder to others. Oh. Isn't that shocking?
We know some people can't stand us because of our positivity. So we know some people look at us like, oh my God, they're always happy. We're not always happy. We have our moments when we're sad too. We're not like always in a positive mindset, but we are 80% of the time we are. Our 80-20 rule, 80% of the time we are trying to live a happy life, trying to think of the positives of what's happening, regardless of what's going on in the world, because otherwise the negativity would take over and it would be just crushing to always think that way for us. And it's not like this has always been the way we were. No, we've grown up and we used to be able, like, both of us were not as positive growing up.
No.
It wasn't something we were, we had that was an innate skill that we already had that we were able to use from childhood. No, we've learned how to become positive people. We've worked at it.
And I think why positivity, and I'll be very honest for myself, or my thought process is I was always able to be positive with other people, but being positive to myself was the hardest thing ever. And that's what I needed to learn. And that's what a lot of us need to learn, is being positive with ourselves. But the more positive you are with yourself, it's automatically going to happen to others. It's funny. I wish it was the other way around, where if you were more positive with other people, you'd be nicer to yourself. But it doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
And the world out there is a negative cesspool. Look at what's going on in TikTok for us tonight. You will have negative Nellies out there. You'll have people, even your own family members, that will shoot you down.
Yeah.
But remember, you have all of us here. And we're all here to tell you that you're all amazing.
Yeah.
So whatever they say out there, don't listen to them. They pay them no mind unless they pay your bills. That's what RuPaul always says. He says, if those people do not pay your bills, do not pay them and their opinion means nothing to you. It will not change your life. That's a big lesson Jean-Luc and I had to learn, because being on social media, being attacked, which happened tonight on TikTok, happens all the time for us. We have to develop thick skin with this. We have to look at the positive, look at what the nice people are saying, not what the crappy people of the world are saying. And you have to do the same thing in your own life. You have to filter out and try to always look at what are the good things coming my way. Who are the good people in my life? Who's encouraging me to be successful? Who are those cheerleaders? Find those people, stay and stick with those people. And the people that are not like that, of course, you can't get rid of them, because some of us, we can't get rid of them. Some of them you can't get rid of. You just maybe see them a little less.
You create boundaries.
You create boundaries with them. You try to make sure that what they tell you, almost like you say, before you meet them, water off a duck's back.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Jinx Monsoon, the drag queen.
You are totally into like RuPaul's.
Yes. Water off a duck's back, which means whatever they say
just rolls right off your
rolls off right off of me. And it's not easy to do, everybody. I'm not saying this is an easy thing to learn. We're just saying that sticking and taking in that negativity in the long run will make you feel worse, as opposed to you just saying whatever they say is not important. Even if you make up something like, at least I can even say in your mind and be a little bitchy in your mind, not vocally, be like, at least I'm wearing clothes that look right. Just make yourself laugh inside. Like, try to say something that makes you change your mindset, so that that person being negative to you is not affecting you in that moment to the point where you're getting sad or mad about yourself or feeling as though you're not a worthy human being, because people out there will try to take you down, but we're here to tell you you're all amazing. So keep remembering that this week. So this week, if you're having a moment where somebody's trying to attack you, just say, Jean-Luc and Nick told me I was amazing. So whatever you're thinking right now, they didn't tell you you're amazing. So ha ha ha, you're not amazing. I am. And that's all you have to think of this week. Just think of that and I'm sure you'll giggle. You'll have a giggle.
Don't even say they're not amazing. Tell them they are amazing, but guess what? You're even more amazing than they are. Don't bring in the negativity, right?
Yeah.
Kill them with kindness. Kill yourself with kindness. Kill yourself with kindness. Love is free. It doesn't cost us anything to love somebody. It doesn't cost us a penny. It's the biggest and best thing you could ever do for somebody else, but also for yourself.
Yeah. That's the message about that we want to relay tonight about this whole midwinter slump, is that no matter what you've done so far this year, be proud of where you're at. Be proud of where you've come from. No matter what you've tried to achieve, you're here on February 8th. We started over a month ago. We started on January 5th. So we've been over a full month now doing Kickstart for January, and all of you are still here with the Super Bowl on, I might say. So is it the halftime show right now? Is Bad Bunny on? Not yet? Okay.
You know what's really cool about Bad Bunny? He's having
he's American.
He's having, yeah. Yeah. The fact that they're saying he's not blew my mind.
He's American.
But what I really like too is he's having a sign language interpreter from Puerto Rico on stage with them signing, which is huge because normally they put them on.
I've never watched the Super Bowl. I know. Or a halftime show. I've never seen anything. That's just, I'm not a sports guy. I'm sorry. I'm not at all. Someone once tried to have me sit down and watch football, and they tried explaining it to me, and I was like, I do not understand. This seems like Chinese to me. I don't get it. I don't understand why they stop and start. I just don't get it. To me, it just confuses the crap out of me. But I'm the same with all sports. I think it's my ADD. I don't have the patience to sit down and watch a full game of something. I just don't have the patience, so I can't do it.
So we're changing the word. It's no longer called the midwinter slump. We're now calling it the midwinter reset. Or we're calling it the winter recharge moment. Think of other ways to say it. It's not a slump.
Ooh, there's 8 minutes of the halftime show.
Woohoo!
So we'll let you all go see the halftime show. We'll end the live feed. We'll see you all tomorrow night for Step.
Tomorrow morning? No, it's not tomorrow night.
For Step. Yeah, did I cancel that?
I don't know. We'll have to check, but
I need to check that.
It's not Monday mornings anymore.
Yeah, we don't do Monday mornings at all.
But we'll see you tomorrow night for Step class. We'll also see you guys on Tuesday. We're not in the kitchen. We are just a regular Tuesday night chat, and we will be talking about
heart health. So that's why everyone was wearing red today, because it is Heart Month.
It's Valentine's Day.
And next week will be about heart health. So on Tuesday, we're going to be reconnecting with your why. Your why is something that's powerful. It's the reason why you're doing this. We'll talk about what the why is this coming Tuesday.
And we're not talking about your actual heart and ventricles and all that stuff, just to let you know.
We're not doctors.
We're doctors, so that's not what we're going to be talking about.
We don't even play one on TV.
No. So just to make sure everybody realize that, we're talking about the heart love, the love heart, that heart.
This Thursday, we will be making mini breakfast quiche, and we'll do
I'll do the almond
energy bombs from last Thursday. We'll do both this week because we missed last week's recipe. We'll do both this week. So, and on Thursday, we'll also talk about some of the stuff that Jean-Luc got from Pampered Chef.
Oh, yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff. And guess what, everybody? You guys are going
to win a prize, and you win a prize.
There's a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff for prizes from Pampered Chef.
Because you guys know we love giving things away. So as we always say when we do these parties, we bought $400 worth of Pampered Chef products for ourselves so that we can have some more prizes for everybody. So this prize is coming. And also we are the Tupperware party just ended.
Yeah.
And so we're also going to get some stuff from Tupperware to give away as prizes as well. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming in the next few months. There'll be random prizes. Might be during a Sunday chat. We might show up tonight and we might draw a prize for who's in the room. Who knows? maybe you have to show up to chats live going forward to get the prize. Maybe.
Ooh, maybe that would be something.
That'll be something we can do.
Yeah, I like that idea. If you're in,
That was my plan.
if you're in the Zoom room, you get an automatic.
What I'll do is I'll have you guys register during the live Zoom. So on a Sunday night, I'll put a link in the chat. For those of you watching, you'll go there, you'll put your name in for the draw. And at the end of the chat, I'll just grab that list and run a contest, and you'll win whatever prize at the end. So we never know when we might do it, but stay tuned for that, because we know prizes and things are good incentives to make people do things. It works really well. The weight loss tournament's going great, everybody. Someone lost 12 pounds already.
Yeah, that's insane.
12 pounds in the weight loss tournament.
That's wow.
So that's and that Sunday, our theme is still again heart health, and we're going to talk about progress, gratitude, and self-care. So that will talk about taking care of yourself, having the membership party is closed.
It is closed too, but if you are looking for somebody, I can send you Maureen. Maureen's information is in the group. You can reach out to her if you're still looking for something. I'm sure you can get something through her.
So on that note, we will end the live feed.
Good night, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Enjoy the game. Like they go hut hut, and they put their hands at the butts. I would like that position, behind the butts and putting my hands right there. That's my position right there.
Oh my goodness. On that note.